With the holidays right around the corner, it's time to answer the question. Is it time to slow down and take your foot off the gas or ramp up? Let's see what the data says. Well, hey there. My name is Bryce Conlon. I'm one of the co-founders at Dance Motion Marketing. And if you've watched any of my videos, no, I'm not in my customary purple because it is freezing in Chicagoland. So it is long sleeves all the way. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about what's coming up next. We are 7 weeks away from really being in the throes of holiday season. In fact, if you've gone to Starbucks, you've probably already seen that they've made the switch over. Everything is holiday, peppermint, blah, blah, blah. It's all coming at you, and it's coming at you fast. We're a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving. And once this is a slippery slope. Once we hit that slide, man, it just doesn't stop. The question is, should you slow down as you come into the end of the year, or should you speed up? Now, we've talked with many studio owners about this over the last couple of weeks, and we've wanted to get their perspective. And honestly, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. For a whole bunch, it was, no, shut it down. We shut our studio down, so we stop all our outreach, we stop all our marketing, and it's just done. We're just finished for the year. For others, it's a hard push into the end of the year. And we got curious. We wanted to see what the data has to say about it. Now, Christian and I are data obsessed. It is the only way that we are able to deliver high quality leads for our studios, the ones that we work with as clients, month over month over month. Because without understanding what the data is telling you, it's kind of like wearing a blindfold, throwing a dart at a dartboard in a blacked out room. It's not really helpful. Using data, we're able to see over time, what are the trends and what happens? And we came across a report that was created by Jackrabbit. Now, you may know Jackrabbit. They're the studio software that allows you to register students, to sign kids up. Some of them, it may have the CRM capabilities. It does a lot. It is like studio management in a box. They have a tremendous amount of proprietary data from studios all across the country and all over the world. And because they're so also focused on data, they have this segmented down by category, and they're able to find trends. So let's see what the data actually shows. So this graph is coming from Jackrabbit's 21 studio benchmark report. You'll notice that even though we're talking about it being in 2021, our data set only goes up to 2020. That's just how data works. You're always some amount of time behind. In this case, we're a full 12 months behind. You'll notice that we also are looking at data sets from 3 years, from 2018, 2019, and 2020. This is critical because, as we all know and don't need to be reminded of, 2020 was an anomaly. It was out of the blue. Nobody saw it coming. Well, I'm sure somebody saw it coming, but it changed the way, it disrupted the normal patterns and behaviors that are common and expected. So we're going to look at 4 charts today. This is the first one, and it is the all client chart. Now, here's what I want you to see. We can see, no surprise here, if you look at July, August, and September, you can see that there's a steady ramp up across all 3 data sets in 2018, 2019, and 2020. July is the trough of the slow months. It is going to always be your slowest time of year. Families are doing things. People are outside. Nobody wants to be, even on a regular schedule. Things are just a little more fluid. So that's to be expected. Well, coming into August and then moving into September, we see a gigantic spike. And that is also to be expected. This is as people are coming back from their summer vacation mode. They're starting to settle in. They're looking at school starting again. They're starting to rebuild their routines. And your studio can potentially be a part of it. As we kind of go through the fall, we see enrollment is good until we get into November and December, and then there is a fall off. Anybody surprised by this? Well, I'm not, because this is where we're into holiday season, right? So between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it is all sorts of family gatherings and corporate parties and industry events and parties at school. And I mean, there's just a lot. It's just a lot is the truth. And so not really a surprise that we see a fall off in from November into December. And so it kind of ticks down at the end of the year. But what I want you to see is in January. This is where it gets really interesting. In all three data sets, January, historically, over a 3-year average, was one of, if not the most profitable months on the calendar year. This is fascinating. So really what we're seeing is that September is a big month and January is a big month. That means that something magical is happening between the middle of December and the end of January. So what is it? Well, I think that this is honestly what we see in just the world at large. It's a new year, new me kind of thing. And parents are taking the same approach and applying it to their kids and their kids' activities. Just like the August to September is a transition from summer to fall, December and New Year's creates a wonderful natural transition from we're leaving the old behind and it's time to start some new patterns and behaviors. So January is a big month. And then we see a slow decline until we actually get to, school lets out for the summer, and then it's a sharp drop off. But what does this mean for you? And by the way, I want to pause here for a moment. This is true across all studio sizes with varying levels of impact. So this is the top graph is our all studio sizes. Below is large studios. You can see that the numbers hold true. 2020 being, again, the lowest. No surprise, it's an anomaly, but it still holds true. When we look at medium-sized studios, I believe this is up to 200 kids, 200 students. While all the numbers are lower, the pattern holds true too. Like, look at that line right at the 15K mark. We can see that it holds true. So January and September are right about at that same level. Small studios, which I believe by their data was less than 100 students, I think. I might be making that up. But the data is even, it's a little more erratic, but you can still see that starting at the beginning of the year is a big revenue generator. Again, small studios, numbers are more fluid. It's more all over the place. It's less concrete. But we can still see that January is, the beginning of the year is one of the highest times for revenue and enrollment. So what do we do with this? Well, I think that it's a clear indication in the data that November, December, while it may feel like it's time to ease up, maybe isn't, right? So do what you can to automate as many processes as you can, because you know, and I know that you're going to be a little bit short-staffed through the holiday season. You may even close your studio down for a couple of weeks. So take everything that you can do and turn it into automation. So if somebody signs up for a lead, get them there. Now, Christian's got a video that's coming out in a day or two. I think it's a day or two. Christian, you'll have to correct me on that. But Christian's got a video that's specifically about how you can take your offer and repackage it, rewrap it, pun intended, for the holiday season. You can do exactly what you're doing now and continue to drive traffic through to your offer. So should you slow down or should you speed up? Well, here at Dance Motion Marketing, we follow the data, and the data says keep going. That's it for today. Chat soon.